maiden voyage will be to Wee Jasper, and let's see if we make it.
4 hours later.
It's raining. We're in the entrance to the festival right now, and we lost the drive shaft. So this is the maiden voyage in the bus. We are not holding charge in the batteries at the moment, so we're going to see if it works. We're going to hook the solar in down at Super G Border once we get a new cable, because we're having some solar issues, and the battery has stopped charging off the alternator as well. But we've got Sasha strapped in his seat. Hi! Are you ready to go? No? Okay. So, found an extender solar cable at Anaconda. I climbed up on the roof, connected that up, and now we've got 13 volts coming into the deep cycle battery behind me, which should be charging the system and give us enough power to charge the fridge back there and keep Sasha's food cold. We've been driving for 2 hours and we haven't overheated. Haven't smelt any burning wires yet.
Oh, and we got Sasha a fan. We almost lost the fridge back there, but I tied it up while we were driving.
Sasha's sick of the bus already. He wants a new car. We're having alternator issues. Alrighty, so we made it to the festival. And as we're driving into the festival, we lost the drive shaft. She just popped off this bit here, and we are literally in the entrance of the festival right now, and we cannot move any further. So this is how we've fixed our little drive shaft issue. Luckily, it was just the housing that fell off, so it's not really the end of the world. But we've MacGyvered something that will hopefully drive us 100 meters to our final resting spot for the next 3 days, and we can fix it properly maybe there, hopefully. Hey, cool guy.
Baby.
Cool baby. Initial thoughts on the bus?
Don't park on an angle.
Don't park on an angle, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah,
We had a bit of a rocky start with the bus. We couldn't get the deep cycle system to charge off the solar or the alternator because of some dodgy wiring by yours truly. But we managed to get it working by buying a new cable.
After going to 3 different stores while Sashi napped and none of them having it except the last one. So you worked hard to get that on.
Yeah, and but now we have a fully charged bus and 200 amp hours of power to use for the fridge to keep this little man's food cold. So he's been a pretty happy and cool baby with the sunnies on and everything. And then as we were coming into the festival, we were sort of showing them our tickets, and they scanned the tickets and they were like, "Yep, all good to go." And then and then I heard this clunking noise coming from underneath the car,
which we had heard maybe like 5 hours into the drive.
The fridge kept sort of toppling out of its little spot.
It wasn't the fridge.
And we heard like this like metal clanking noise, and we thought it was the fridge coming out, but it was actually the it wasn't the drive shaft itself, it was sort of the bracket holding the connecting point of the two drive shafts. I don't know why there's two drive shafts. I assume so that there's like a little bit of flex in between the drive shaft for the length of the vehicle. It was, as far as the drive shafts go, it was a relatively simple fix, but it was very lucky that that just happened to fall off in a spot where there was, you know, A, where we weren't going too far so it didn't make any more damage, but B, we could just sort of put the trolley jack underneath it, jack it back up, put a bolt on either side of it. It's a very temporary fix, so we will have to look into getting that done properly.
Love the space in the front. I'm wondering where we're going to keep our clothes, like what we're going to use for storage there, but that's...
I've got some ideas for storage, but... Do you have anything to say, Sasha?
Say something. Can we talk? Or hello, say it more again. Can you do that more?
Hours later.
Alrighty, so we made it about halfway home from the festival, and then we started to smell a burning smell coming from the back of the car. So we've discovered that this tire here has got two massive gashes in the side of it, and this side of the bus is completely being held up by this one tire at the front here. So luckily we learned how to change a tire on the bus the other day, and we've got a spare tire underneath the car, which we'll get at now, swap over, and hopefully get this thing back on the road so we can go home, so I can go to work tomorrow. How good. I thought I was time-lapsing that whole thing, but turns out I wasn't. So yeah, one thing that I would absolutely add to your emergency kit for the coaster is a torque multiplier. This is going to ensure that you can get the wheels on and off, and you want to have a square plug and I think a 41mm socket to get the first ones off, and then the second ones, they're the square size underneath. But the torque multiplier helps 1,000 times. And then again, if you have one of these to connect to the rattler, it's going to make your life even easier. So we'll have to get a new tire on this one, but could have been much worse. So that's all for now in terms of our maiden voyage. We're still about 2 hours away from home, and I got work at 7 AM tomorrow, which is great. So yeah, I think we'll call it a day at that. But we got the we ended up getting the solar sorted, which is great. We ended up fixing the little drive shaft bracket, and now the rear tire, and that's looking solid, and it's going to get us home. So great. Yeah, hi. Hello. Should we go home now? What have you got? What have you got? Oh, wow.
No.
Oh, thank you. You all right?